Hey everybody, this is Mr. Storm, and today we're going to build something really, really fun. Now, I made mine scary. Please remember, you don't have to make a scary game for this one. I just kind of was inspired last time we made something a little bit spooky, so I wanted to continue on that trend and make something even spookier for this game. Yours can be any genre you want. It could be fantasy, it could be sci-fi, it could be an adventure, it could be whatever you want. I made mine into a kind of a scary game. I'm going to give you a quick preview of what a final product would look like, and then we're going to talk about the steps that you might want to go through in order to completely build this project. So let's take a look here at the game. So this is built completely in Google Slides, by the way. So when we're done here, I will show you how to post this to your website. Let me get a drink. Okay, so this is my game here called Escape Your Fate. I'm kind of covering up the 8 part of the fate. And here I have a button that says begin. I'm going to click that. Takes me into here. You wake up in a bedroom in an abandoned house. You can hear scraping noise coming from under the bed. The door won't budge, but there's an open window. What do you do? So at this point I can choose. I can go under the bed, and the button here will take me to a slide that has some stuff, and then over here this will take me to a slide that has some stuff. So I'm going to go under the bed and show you. And we died, right? So then I have a button that takes me back to the beginning, and I can actually choose the right path. Then here I have another message, and I can choose go down the dark path or the safe path. If I go down the dark path, I get, I die again, right? There are a lot of ways to die in this game, but basically that's how the game works. You're going to go through and find the correct path through the game by making the right choices, right? I run away, I get caught by this thing. So jump out the window, go on the safe path, go into the thing. Now, this is where it's going to get a bit interesting, right? On every slot I've had before, I've had a way to continue and a way to die, basically. With this, both of these go to a different place. None of them can kill me. So I'm going to talk to her. She leads me to a kitchen. I can check the oven, check the fridge, right? I'm going to check the fridge. That's gross. Now notice down here I have a button that says go to the security room, right? All right, I'm going to go to the security room. Okay, let's see. I'm in the security room. I don't have a code to get through here. So let's go back to the kitchen. Let's check that fridge again. Oh, hey, look, there's a code right here, right? 594 hashtag. And my camera's glitching out. It's kind of adding to the spookiness of this video. I like it, kind of. So then we have, our code here. I'm going to go to the security room. 594 hashtag, and then that takes me to the next slide. So I'm going to show you how to do that. That's a really important concept. I'll show you how I made that happen, and you may want to steal that for yours or something like it, right? Video plays on the monitor, go to the shed. Now at this point I can grab a shotgun or grab kerosene. I'm going to grab the shotgun. I lose the game. I could have won the game if I grabbed kerosene, but whatever. So that's how this game works. All told, it's roughly 19 slides to make this entire game. Yours can be longer if you want. I wouldn't make it much shorter than that because you want it to be a full game, something that people can enjoy playing. Let's talk about, so most of this stuff is pretty easy, right? You have a shape here with some text inside. And to turn that shape into a button that you can click on, you need to select the shape. You need to click on this insert link here, and then you type the slide number. So for this is going to go to slide 11, because when I open the oven, I want it to go here. So I'm going to type slide 11, and then I want to select the actual slide. So slide 11. I love how glitchy my camera is, by the way. That's really cool and creepy and spooky and whatever. So slide 11, right? So when I click on that, it's going to take me to slide 11. This is the hyperlinking thing. We did this last week. This is actually easier than what we did. There's more creative stuff in this because you're going to come up with your own story, find your own pictures, all of that stuff. So the heavy lifting on this project is being creative and telling me a creative story. The programming itself isn't that difficult, right? So we're hyperlinking everything together. Now, here's the difficult one. This is the one that I added in there because I thought it'd be a cool idea. This one is actually kind of difficult. What I have here is I have 4 different slides, and they're all exactly the same slide, right? The only difference is on this, let's take a look at this first slide. Notice that this button, this is a button going to slide 12, which is the slide I'm on. So is that, so is that, so is that. 5, which is the first correct number in our sequence, will actually take us to slide 13. Then all the other buttons take us back to slide 13, meaning we stay there, except for 9, which is the next correct button in the sequence, which takes us to slide 14. All these buttons will keep us on slide 14, except for 4, which is the next correct button in the sequence, which takes us to 15. And then once we hit the hashtag, which is the final correct button in the sequence, that takes us to slide 16, right? So that's how the combination thing works. Again, it's just a series of buttons. It's, 12 buttons that I've added in here. And then only the correct button will take you to the next slide. So if I was on this slide here, I could just keep clicking buttons over and over again and nothing would happen. It's just keeping me on the same slide. But if I type in the correct sequence, 5, 9, 4, hashtag, then that takes me into the next area. Okay. Now, notice that some of these pictures are moving and some of these pictures are static, right? So this is a moving picture. This is a static picture. This is a moving picture. That's just the difference between getting a GIF or a JPEG or a PNG, right? GIFs are animated pictures. So I like to use GIFs. It makes it a little bit more dynamic and fun. You can just use pictures, still images for yours if you want. I'd much rather use something that's a little bit more interesting. If you find an image but you don't exactly like the way it looks, you can actually make changes to it. So for example, on this slide, let's go to format options. On this slide, it looked like this, which is not spooky at all, right? It's just a normal looking shed. So I went into the recolor options down here and I recolored it to look like that. Or which one did I choose? Did I choose the dark? Yeah, that one. So now that's a little bit spookier looking, right? So again, you can do some changes to these things to make the pictures look the way you want them to. All right, now the most important part. You don't have to build out your slides like this, but I would recommend doing this. This is essentially a flow chart. I use this to plan exactly how the game works. As a matter of fact, I said you don't have to do it. I'm going to make you do it anyway. I think this is a good requirement for you to have. Matter of fact, these are the first 2 slides I built. Basically, it starts with the slide that you're going to start in, which is the bedroom. And then you have your choices. Do I go to window or under the bed? Bed leads to dead. Window goes to the next slide, which is woods. Do I go right or left? Left goes to dead. Right goes to the cabin. Inside the cabin, do I go inside or run away? Or at the cabin, do I go inside and run away? Run away leads to death. And going inside leads to the hallway, right? So I want you to build a flow chart that shows how the game actually works and make it one of your slides. I actually want to see the slide. And this is going to be kind of like a cheat sheet for anybody who, maybe can't beat the game. They can go to these slides and see how to actually beat it. Okay, so this is going to be a 2-week project, a 2-week-long project. Now, it took me about an hour to throw this together. You guys have 2 weeks in class to work on this. And you can do a lot more than I did. For example, I didn't play around at all with transitions, which I absolutely could have. I could have built in some slide transitions like dissolves or fades or whatever to make it a little fancier. I didn't do that at all. You can also do animations within the slide. So when you click something happens. There are all kinds of things you can actually add to this. It's completely up to you. But again, you have 2 weeks to work on this in class. I would spend that time making it as cool as possible. All right, so that's essentially what the project will be when you're done. Now, we want to put this on our website. Let me go to my website project so I can show you how to do this. I'm going to go to my REPLs, and I'm going to go to Mr. Storm's arcade site. Now, this is actually even easier than the anchor element that we built, right? So directly below that, I'm going to put a break line in there, and then I'm going to say, escape your fate. Oh, I need to make this a paragraph element. 1 second. Okay, so escape your fate. So I've got a paragraph element there, which is going to show up underneath my super cool maze. Now I want to get this into that. So here's the best way to do it. If you go to File, you can publish to the web. I don't want to link to it. What I want to do is embed. And I'm going to make this medium seems good. And I'm going to have it transition, auto advance every minute. I don't want it to actually auto advance. A minute is the longest that I can set it to. Yeah, let's no, let's not start. I'm going to go ahead and publish. Now this is going to give me this code, and it's already going to select it. So all I have to do, Control-C to copy the code. Now notice this is HTML code. This looks exactly like the stuff we've been typing. And if I come over here and Control-V to paste it, it'll actually put that code in my website. Now watch what happens when I run it. My game is on my website now. Let's go full screen. Okay, so my game is on my website. I can click begin. I can actually play the game, right? So, I mean, this is perfect. This is exactly what I want, right? And I can even advance through the slides here if I want to cheat. And I can look at the final slides here. But this is exactly how you're going to turn in your project. You're going to put it on your website. You're going to embed it into your website so that we can play it when we go to your website. Okay? All right, good. I'm looking for funny stories. I'm looking for scary stories. I'm looking for interesting stories, exciting stories, romantic stories. I don't care what you make, but make it good, make it interesting, make it your creative output, right? I want to see what you can make. So, yeah, have fun with it. I'm excited to see what you guys come up with. All right. I'll see you next time. Peace.